Right guys, Mark Crossfield here, Taylormade RSi1 hitting up against Taylormade SLDR. Slots o'clock, RSi1 hitting up against SLDR. Let's see what the slots are doing, what the loft's doing, what the lengths are doing, what Taylormade are doing. Let's see how confused you guys get, maybe with 6 irons and 5 irons and lofts and slots and all the rest of it. Let's get stuck in. Here we go then, matchup time. Taylormade SLDR against Taylormade SRi1. The RSi1, sorry, Taylormade RSi1 coming in really to replace SLDR. Slots on the bottom of both of these clubs. Thicker sole fractionally on RSi1. You got the face slots on RSi1, which SLDR didn't feature. Put them down by the ball. Fraction more offset, slightly thicker top line on RSi1, maybe a little bit more appealing to a wider range of golfers, where SLDR, even though it was maybe aimed in that kind of game improvement bracket, it was slightly finer in its appearance, so it would be more of a niche market possibly. There is a big part of me that feels that SLDR in the iron doesn't work in the marketing machine, because there's the confused message of loft up and weight forward, which is so well put across with SLDR and a good theory for lots of their clubs, and I use the driver and it works for me, where RSi1 kind of separates away from that message and gives it its own, you know, there's a part of me that feels this is about just rebranding a similar club. But let's check the numbers. We're going to hit some balls just to see how they feel different or not to start, and then we've got GC2 HMT and my Titleist Pro V1 balls as well to give you some real ball data at the end. Because for you data buffs, love the data. Don't always need the data, guys. Anyway, here we go. RSi1. Let's give it a hit. A little bit of offset. Quite nice and shiny. It's framed up well with the two kind of line-up lines. Well, they're not, the two slots on either side do frame the ball up nicely. I can see why people would put this down by the ball and like the look of it. I nailed that, and it makes a hell of a sound off the face, as you'd expect. It feels strong, it feels solid, it feels, yeah, boom, de la boom-ish. Let's give it another hit. I mean, I could game this club no problem. It does feel long, and it does feel quite strong. Let's give it another hit. Yeah, hit that nice. No problem launching it, no problem getting the kind of flight I'd expect from this kind of iron. I mean, it performs well. We'll look at the numbers to see how it performs compared to others. I mean, the big thing on that one is those slots are licious all around the club, and how much you buy into those, of how much they're going to lower your handicap. You know, manufacturers have data on this kind of tech. When you work it into a real situation of you playing shots day in, day out, I've never seen a bit of equipment lower anyone's handicap. But I've definitely seen series of lessons lower people's handicaps. Plug for a PGA Pro there. Okay, let's do SLDR. Definitely slightly thinner in its looks and a little bit more threatening's maybe not the right word, but a fraction more threatening to someone who wants a bit of help. Hit that nicely. Slightly bottom groove, but that's still flying fine. This club performs as good as anything I've tried. I liked it when I tried it originally. It's something I feel I could game. I think it crosses over. I just don't think SLDR in the irons is doing it for the bods in the marketing for this company. Because performance-wise, it's a good iron. I mean, I wouldn't be rushing to switch if I had this iron. I don't know how long it stayed in the range. It didn't feel like it was in the range for very long, did it? Let's give it one more hit. Not really feeling similar sound, and then in turn similar feel. Definitely RSi1 is an improvement for someone who wants a more friendly looking club. Yeah, that one really nicely. Very small margins in those two. Let's look at the number to see if there's any massive improvements over each. One's a 5 and one's a 6, but somehow they're the same length. So maybe a little digger delving into these two to see what's going on here. Let's look at the numbers, RSi1 and the SLDR. Right guys, numbers time. Taylormade SLDR hitting up against a RSi1. from Taylormade as well. So we got a 5 iron and a 6 iron. I didn't have comparable irons in this one. That's the only 2 irons I can get my hands on, but we can still work the distances out because we know, or I know, what my distances should be between each club. I know that one's a bit hard for people, but I can't say it really much more. Here we go then. 5 iron SLDR 177. 6 iron RSi1 181. So the 6 iron going further than the 5 iron for the RSi1. So what I did on this test is I hit 3 more with SLDR because I just didn't feel like I was hitting them that well. On the second batch of shots, my distance with the SLDR iron, 5 iron, was 180 yards. Interesting, isn't it? I love this test. I think it's so interesting for you guys and girls watching the videos looking for certain info. I posted some comments about what you're looking for and people wanted to know which one's the longest. And lots of reviewers out there and they talk about the longest, and I have as well. My distance changed within 3 yards on those 2 groups of hit with the same club in the space of 6 minutes. Now, often with modern clubs, we're talking about 3 yards, 6 yards, 7 yards of change in distances. My performance changed by 3 yards within 5 minutes there. I think that kind of shows you the real point about clubs maybe feel is slightly more important than the distance numbers because your performance will outweigh everything. Anyway, so I got it up to within 1 yard of the 6 iron of the RSi. So RSi going further, spinning less, launching higher, which is interesting. The SLDR launching lower, it is a 5 iron, and the SLDR spun more, launched lower, which was interesting on the second test as well. So look, let's look at some of the numbers then of the lofts. I mean, if you look at the loft of the 5 iron SLDR is 24 degrees to the RSi1, which is 26.5. So I mean, for me really, the SLDR is not going anywhere near as strong as the RSi1. The RSi1 there is really doing some quite powerful things through whatever it's doing on the face, which is quite interesting. I mean, I almost feel like I want to test that again because I can't really see how a more lofted iron on clubs that are controlled on the face. So this club, 6 iron is 26.5. Let me just check I'm getting this the right way around. And the 5 iron 24. Yeah, so it's more lofted, the RSi1, but it's going further, which is just really, really interesting. Now on my strikes, I did hit the RSi1 higher on the face than I did on any of the SLDR, so on an average, which can make a difference to launch, spin, brings the spin down, takes the launch up. As a general rule, it can do. And also, the club's going to feel a fraction stronger than that, the bottom groove to kind of the middle groove to 1 higher. Start going up than that and it'll get a lot weaker. But really good numbers on RSi1 there compared to its SLDR. For me, out of those 2 clubs, there'd be no reason to not get RSi1 over SLDR apart from maybe looks. On the numbers, definitely RSi1 is kind of doing very well over its one, maybe predecessor, but still in the line. Post comments down below, guys. Love to hear what you got to say. Always think it's interesting on these compare videos, what you guys are always looking for. I'm still not quite sure what you are all looking for when it comes. I mean, the feel and the looks is going to play as big a part as my performance within 3 yards and as the other thing. Just bear that in mind when you're buying, guys. Thanks for watching. Post comments down below. Speak to you soon. So if you like what's going on here, don't be afraid to subscribe to the channel. Also thumbs up the video, post comments. Love to hear what you guys got to say. Let's keep it social. The more we talk, the more we share, the easier this game will get for everybody. So if you want to find me on Facebook here, you can find me on Facebook. If you want to tweet me, find me on Twitter here as well. Just follow the links, all in the description. Come and join the show. Get active, get involved, get playing some better golf. Thanks for watching.